If you've just started getting into BL and you're stuck wondering what to watch next, then this video is going to help you out a lot. Because the best BL for you really depends on the stories that you already love. My name is Kristen and I love talking about BL and GL and watching it here with you. So please, if you also love BL and GL, definitely subscribe so we can see more of each other. I think one of the most confusing things when you're new is that people only seem to recommend popular shows. And not every BL hits the same for everyone. Some people want something soft and comforting, and some people want something that will completely emotionally wreck them. So instead of giving you just a random list this time, I am going to help you find BLs based on your taste. So we can find something that actually fits you. So if you want something that's soft and comforting, something that just feels easy to watch, my suggestions are: number 1, Cherry Magic. You can watch this in an anime, you can watch this in the Japanese version, or you can watch this in a Thai version. All three are perfectly perfect. So it is about a man who turns 30 and then gets the ability to read minds, and he discovers that his coworker has been secretly in love with him, like, for a while. This one is pure comfort. It's gentle, it's funny, it's heartwarming, it's not stressful, and you'll just be smiling the whole time. So next up, we have My School President. This one feels like a giant warm hug. It follows 2 high school students. One is very responsible and the other is a little bit more carefree and chaotic, and their relationship develops in a really sweet and natural way. If you want something that's wholesome that will just make you smile, then this is definitely your vibe. This one is also based a lot around music. So if you love a little bit of music and singing thrown into your shows, this one is definitely it. Now, if you want something more emotional where you feel really connected to the characters, I would suggest a series called Until We Meet Again. This one goes a bit deeper. It deals with past lives, grief, and a love that carries across time. Oh my gosh, you guys. It can be really heavy in some parts, but it can also be just absolutely heartwarming. It's meaningful and it's completely unforgettable. Anyone who has watched this series, I think, is changed forever. I am going to give some serious trigger warnings, so I'm going to put a little timestamp, which I think you should skip to if you don't want to hear it. All right? Okay, so if you're still here, I am going to give a trigger warning for this series. This series does have some parts that deal with death, that deal with emotional breakdowns and suicide. So especially in the first 10 minutes of the first episode. So if this is something that could be very triggering for you, maybe skip it. I don't know. You know you better than I know you, so you make that choice for yourself. But I do want you to know that that exists within this series. Now, if you are looking for something that's a little different, that is more of a coming of age sort of story, this next one is a perfect choice for you. It is called I Told Sunset About You. It's very real. It's very raw. It's very personal. It's about identity, friendship, and growing into your feelings. So the emotions in this story are quite raw and quite honest. So I'm actually really curious already if you are more of a soft comfort watcher, or do you like the more emotional ones? Let me know in the comments section and let's continue on. So now if you want something with some tension where you can really feel the chemistry building, I know I've mentioned this before in other videos and I will mention it again, but Semantic Error from Korea is one for you. You can watch it in this series, but you can also watch it in a condensed movie version. So this one does tension so well without being super overwhelming. Their relationship shifts from frustration into something softer, and it's really satisfying to watch. And it's subtle and it's wonderful, and it'll make you smile and it'll make you just like totally root for them. So definitely check that one out. And then we also have one that's a little bit newer, and it is from Thailand, and it's called Tempo. So this one is very emotionally layered. There's a lot of tension, and it's the kind where you can tell that something deeper is going on, even though it's not said directly. It's a little bit more introspective, but the chemistry builds in a way that feels very natural and very addictive. So if you like something that's a little softer, but still emotionally charged, this one is for you. Now, if you want something more intense, or in this next recommendations case, mature, KinnPorsche. KinnPorsche gets talked about a lot. I do think if you're going to watch something KinnPorsche, you need to be prepared for it. It is a mafia style. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of dark themes. There is SA involved. It's very high stakes. It's very dramatic. But it's not just romance. It's power, danger, complicated romance, family drama. Like, there's a lot going on. So please, just before you get into something like KinnPorsche, just be aware of really what it entails. But it is definitely something, if you are into intense, you're into dark, you're into action, and you're into mature. The other one, which I would still consider intense and mature, even though it's in a different way than KinnPorsche, is Not Me, which is my absolute #1 show in the world. It's really interesting because it mixes this romance with bigger themes like justice and rule of law and what's right and what's wrong and identity and just finding yourself. It's very beautiful and it's more serious and a lot more thought-provoking than a typical BL generally is. Now for my final pick, if you're just wanting something that's gonna stay with you, that's going to make you think and really capture your attention, I would suggest The Eighth Sense. This one is very different, but in a really great way. It really strayed from what we typically see from a Korean BL in its short, polished, bright packaging. And this one's more quiet. It's introspective. It really focuses on the emotional healing and connection between people. The relationship builds in a way that feels very real, like you're watching two people find each other and find safety in each other and forgiveness and love and acceptance. Like, it's the full package for me, in my personal opinion. It's not loud, it's not overly dramatic, but it lingers. So if you want something that feels a little bit more meaningful, a little deeper, this is a very beautiful one to experience. At this point, you probably know the kind of vibe that you're looking for, and honestly, that is the best way to explore BL. I'd love to know which category you fall into. Do you want something soft? Do you want something mature? Do you want something insightful? Do you want something meaningful? Do you want a slow burn? Let me know. And if I didn't cover them in this, please ask in the comments and I will love to give you recommendations. So if you would like more recommendations for BL and GL that feel a little bit more personal, then please subscribe. I would love to have you here, and I will see you at my next video.